Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this LinkedIn Live where I'm speaking to Dolores Andrew all about this workplace wellness reset that is happening in Galway on the 25th of April. Is that
25th of April.
well, Dolores, welcome, welcome. First of all, fair play to you doing an event. We all know it can be very stressful doing these events. So tell me a little bit about yourself first, and then we'll talk more about the event.
Sure. Yeah. So, as you said, Dolores Andrew, and I'm a workplace wellbeing specialist. So this is something that I've worked one-on-one with people for a good many years now. I was law, believe it or not, for about 20 years pre all this until the recession of 2009. I lost my job with the recession and all that, but it was great in one way. My catalyst to go into the work that I absolutely passionate about. So for the last about 12 years, I'm working one-on-one with people, but then kind of ventured more into the workplace space a couple of years ago. And I'm very passionate about this area, definitely. And, I suppose from working with people and understanding that really we all have the same kind of fundamental needs to be seen, to be heard, and to belong. And that is in our relationships. It's everywhere. But it's also in the workplace because we spend so much of our time there. So, it's the same fundamental needs that are triggered in the workplace when we don't feel heard, seen, and belong. So yeah, that's what I do. I go in and I help companies, support companies. I partner with the company as well. So we do we do diagnostic tool first. So we find out what the employees' needs are, which I think is something really that's so important because if we don't know what people's needs are, then we can't actually help them and support them for what they need.
Absolutely. And I know, Dolores, that you were doing, like, for example, Irish Health Hour on Twitter before, and you were very, very active in this space, the wellness space, well-being space before the pandemic and
Yes.
before all of this awareness, I suppose, about well-being in the workplace. You've been doing it for years and years and years. So it's
Yeah.
great to see you that you've started to do events around this. So tell us a little bit, and if anyone is watching, we've 28 people watching. Hello, everybody, welcome. You know that you can comment and we can feature your comment on the screen if it's a nice comment or if it's a question. So definitely do comment and I will feature your comment on the screen or your question. So Dolores, you look great, by the way. I love the lipstick and you
Oh,
look
thank
very,
you.
you're looking very well yourself. So
Well,
that
you
you're
don't usually see me like this when I turn up for calls. So yes, we do get the message when we go live.
but you're a shining example of wellness. So what makes you so passionate about it, though? I know that when I was speaking to you recently, the passion oozes out of you. So tell me what it is why did you decide to do this event?
So it's my second year doing it live. What I do is I work with IBEC, have a National Workplace Wellbeing Day every year. And, whilst workplace wellbeing isn't just one day of the year, I think it's phenomenal that there's actually an energy around everyone. It's like it's almost you have permission to look at your wellness this day and it's okay to do it. So even if that's what it's about, that we look at it one day, then we learn and then we can bring that forward. I think that's brilliant. So anyway, you asked me a question and I kind of went off course there, but yeah,
Why are you doing this event? Yeah.
I'm passionate about this area and I want it to be an in-person event. I was online for many years. Yes, 2015, I launched Irish Health Hour, a global online wellness, and I was, obviously when it's global, it's all over the world. But really, I suppose pre-pandemic and everything, and really understanding my needs changed as well. I actually stopped doing that during 2020 when everybody went online. I actually took that offline. And it's not because I went, oh, everyone's online. My own situation changed. I was a homeschooling parent. Let's not go back there, please, and bring up the stress. Emails in Gaelga every Friday. Anyways,
That's Irish for any of our global viewers. She said Gaelga, so that is Irish for Irish. Go ahead.
yes,
Yeah.
not my first language, even though it is our first language in Ireland. But anyway, different conversation. So needs changed. My needs changed personally, and my whole work place changed as well. We all went home. Now I'm very used to working online. I actually worked hybridly years ago in a legal firm where it wasn't done anyway. So I'm quite used to that whole atmosphere, but also saw the stress that it brought through my own personal journey, my family's and other people. Again, it goes back to needs, employees' needs. And that is what motivates me, I suppose, as a coach, understanding, again, as I always refer to the fundamental needs we have. And if those fundamental needs of not feeling seen, heard, and like we belong we don't feel that they're being met, we'll feel stressed. We'll be going off in tangents. We won't be working in relation to our own personal values. We're just we're looking for outside validation, perhaps. And this is all done unconsciously. And there's never any blame or shame, but we'll just find ourselves all over the place, burnt out, stressed, and really not knowing where we are going. Personally, I've gone through that myself. And I had my own workplace incident when I was working actually hybridly as well, which left it really left a mark on me. I became an assertiveness coach after that incident, and I needed to find my own voice. And now I can feel again, if I see any kind of bullying tactics coming my way, I now have the tools myself to actually, well, I usually go inward first and go, okay, I'm being triggered here. What's this? What do I have to look at in myself? And it may be that I need to be more assertive, but I have those tools now. So really, that's all of those life experiences, as well as my coaching practice, has brought me to really wanting to support people in the workplace. And yes, passionate about it, because it's where we spend so much of our time. I mean, we go to work to make money. It's not like we just go off and we go to work to have fun, even though if we have fun at work, that's great too. But so, it's important that we have our fundamental needs met. Now, I'm not saying that obviously that everything is always going to be rosy in the garden, but it's developing a toolkit that we can use when we need to, when situations arise, which they will. We're always going to be challenged in life, but at least we have the tools, we can dip in and out of them.
And it's funny, sometimes I know what you mean, because when I used to work, I worked years and years ago. I had a few jobs, but I remember there was one job in particular, and I remember feeling like I couldn't speak up and I couldn't say what was happening. I could see what was happening, but I was afraid to bring it up. But in the end, actually, I think I just had enough, and I stormed in and I said to the manager, "Will you please come in here and see what's going on?" And it was just like probably not the right way to do it, but like if I'd had the tools, I probably would have been able to do it better. But it still worked. But it was like I'd reached my peak, though. I'd gone through all that unnecessary for days and days and days before I said it. That kind of thing.
But still, Sam, at least what I will say about that is I would commend you for having done it, because what happens a lot of the time is that people leave. And if people leave a job, that causes like an awful lot of, what does that leave actually? So there's a job opening. So we've all this again, training staff, onboarding, it costs money. So, and really, like, it doesn't always have to be grand gestures. Workplace well-being isn't just this big buzzword. And, sometimes I suppose we can see all these fancy initiatives and everything. Really, like, allowing people to feel seen and heard isn't that hard to do. And also, like, I suppose for managers, sometimes they may not have the skills to do this. And that's okay too, because sometimes a manager might get promoted because they're in a company for a long time, but they need to be trained. We don't all just come into the world being an expert at everything. So it's really always looking at the top down. And that's why I love using the diagnostic tool I do with the other company. It's really been my left brain and a game changer, because it goes in and it evaluates from a needs basis what the employees need, including the managers. And it's confidentially, their answers are confidential and all that. So I think that's what, as I say, like, that's again the huge thing. Yes, you did. You went in and at least you asked, but you could have left, which a lot of people do. And you're not going to be a brand ambassador for the company if you walk out of a job either.
Well, I did end up leaving, obviously.
Okay.
So there you go. I did leave in the end, but I went off to Paris, as you do when you're 22. But anyway, my good pensionable job. But
I had one of those too.
It broke my dad's heart. But this is really important, though. This event, I know that you did it last year and it was huge success. So you're doing it again this year with a few different changes and some exciting speakers.
Absolutely. And I called it Reset this year because last year what people said was, and like there were people that were like, didn't want to leave the room, which I love. When you go to an event and it was like, a few people had said, this is the reset I didn't know I needed. And
I love that.
Yes. So this year it was called Reset. So we have, so the speakers are inspirational. They're very good speakers, if you don't mind me saying. because they have also, like, they're not just, I suppose, people that just talk about things. They're bringing proven strategies, but they're also given actionable steps, which is what I wanted for this event as well. Because again, like, I've gone to events before and it's like, oh my God, you come away and you got full of these like aha moments. But if you don't take action, I've done it myself. You know yourself, it all goes out the window and it's like, well, that was a great event, but, and it's not the event, it's not the event's fault, it's not the person that organized the event, it's that we need to take action ourselves.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the speakers, Danielle Serpico, sorry, like, she's actually going to do, as well as speaking, she's also going to do a visualization. This creates change there and then, which I love anyway, because, you know, it's all about releasing blocks and gaining confidence. So, you know, like, Danielle is a very well-known speaker as well, and she helps people communicate and break through limiting beliefs and that. We also have Shane McConnon, who is a world-class leader, and he's a business psychologist. So he's an Irish guy, and he's living in England. He's coming over for the event. He's wonderful to listen to. If anybody wants to go listen to him, he speaks a lot about workplace culture, which is right up my street, because I love helping companies build the culture, because the culture is the invisible atmosphere which shows us what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. So let's say someone is late for work all the time and no one does anything about it. Then the culture around timekeeping is one that nobody gives a hoot about. It's not written in any policy, but you know by the culture, you know by the actions, etc. So he's doing this work for a long, long time, big into company culture, decades of experience, and he's giving people the tools as well. So he will be sharing actionable tools to help companies and employers know how to get the most from the employees. Delighted as well to have Maria Walsh, MEP, and she's great. She is a European voice on inclusion and diversity. Who better to speak to us about this important topic, which at the moment is quite, you know, in the news, and that I'm really excited for that, because again, you know, and it's going to be wider than that as well, but I'm not going to announce the next speaker yet because it's not 100% confirmed. But like, I'm hugely into these topics as well as neurodivergency, because you can't have an inclusive environment unless you bring everyone to the table.
Yeah.
And, you know, and like, neurodivergent brains are phenomenal. They think out of the box, they're innovative, they're needed. We need to have workplaces that are open and inclusive to allow everyone have their say again.
And you know what? I think it's really good timing, this event, and I'll tell you why. And by the way, Evelyn on X has said, Dolores, we are live on X and LinkedIn and YouTube all at the same time. Dolores, you've been ahead of the health in workplace curve always. And I agree. Yeah, you have yourself. And
thank you, Evelyn, and thank you, Sam.
you know, it really, no, you have, you know, whenever I think of wellness and workplace wise, you know, you're definitely there, top of mind. So I think it's really good timing, this event, because I think there's a lot of fear around and a bit of, you know, not knowing what's going to happen next, and maybe watching too much news, too much, you know, maybe listening to the news too much, and a lot of apprehension and fear around at the moment. And I think will like when you do the events like this, it's a reset, as you say. So, and then it's just coming in before the summer and all of that. So I think the timing's really good.
Yeah, and you know, that's a very good point you made, because we can get sucked into the news and the rhetoric that's out there at the moment around it. But again, like, the invitation is for each of us to make changes in our own workplaces, because if we live in fear, then we're going to, especially for a manager coming, or an employer, and we're listening and going, you know, I don't know what to do anymore. You know, it's like when I go in and work with juvenile teams in doing mental health, it's like, even a team in a club can change the culture, because you can change the culture of your team. So again, the invitation is, if you're a small company in Ireland, if you're a big company, it doesn't matter. You know, you can work on your own company, not listening to the rhetoric that you're hearing. Do the work with your people, and you'll keep them, and you'll attract top talent to your company for having this culture of inclusivity, diversity, which, as I say, is huge, yes, at the moment. So we can do it, you know, one company at a time.
But even, you know, just for the people in the company that, you know, they might, for example, there might be a bully in the office, or there might be, it could be the top that's the bully.
Yeah.
It's even for other people to network and meet each other and see what's going on in other companies and realize, hang on, maybe we should be doing that in our company. So I think really, if you're so like HR professionals, companies, but even small business owners would benefit from this event, I feel.
Totally. Even employees, solopreneur like myself, like an employee can learn more about, like, it's all about self-mastery of self as well, understanding, oh my God, I actually have needs, as you say. Gosh, maybe I need to speak up. That's good, because you come away with something, it's a reset for you. So yeah, for sure. It's branded to everybody, because everyone will learn something from it, as in like me. And I love when solopreneurs come as well, because we don't get a chance to get out there and celebrate National Workplace Wellbeing Day, but we also can get in front of our ideal clients at it, because they could be there.
Exactly. So definitely, if you're an SME or if you're a company or HR department, there are also stands available at this, and sponsorship opportunities, partnership opportunities, and I think it's a really good partnership opportunity for a company.
Yes, I do have stand space, speaker space, sponsored speakers finished now. Last month. But I do have definitely promotional space, which there will be like lots of save other companies there, and promoting employee engagement, encouraging productivity. You'll get in front of exactly the people, like-minded people, and I have networking included in the middle, which is hugely important, I think, because again, we can be busy, but when we connect with people, connect with
hearing other people's experiences, and maybe they have tips of what worked for them and stuff like that. That's always lovely, and a nice atmosphere. And I know you sold out last year, so tickets are on sale. Where can people get tickets for this?
So the best price tickets, yes, are available at the moment. It's only €45 a ticket. If you need invoices and all that for work, you can go to Irish Health Hub, learn more about the event and get your tickets there for sure. And we will have some goodie bags as well for all delegates.
Well, that's great. Well, I tell you, if anyone is watching this, connect with Dolores on LinkedIn. Definitely reach out if you're interested in one of those stands. How much are the stands? Was it $350 or how much are the stands?
There are different price ranges. I can definitely give it to people if they want it. Stand only is $250.
Yeah. Okay.
But then I have a higher offering as well for people if they want to bring their staff with them. It includes, you can bring 4 members of your staff with you, and get an opportunity to put stuff in the goodie bag and all that.
It's worth having a chat and reaching out to Dolores. I really love that. So that's in Galway. Whereabouts in Galway is it going to be?
So it's in Platform 94, which is situated in Merview Business Park. It's a great hub, phenomenal hub, an award-winning hub. I was an award finalist in the Galway Chamber of Commerce Awards last Christmas, or just before Christmas actually, and Platform 94 were the overall winners of the Galway Chamber. They're very proactive, and it's a brilliant hub in Galway. Good side of the city if you're traveling from Limerick, Clare, Dublin, anywhere, because you don't have to cross the bridge. You're from Galway, you know that the traffic can be awful. So you come off the motorway, and Platform 94 is the Merview side. So yes, you don't have to hit that awful, because it does start at 9. And so registration will be like from 8:30. So it's worth it to get there, because I'll be speaking first actually on sustainability. I do a lot of work with the social sustainability, as in your people again, but like, I help people how to understand that whole process of sustainability in the workplace. So I'll be starting at about 9:10, no later than that. So yes, if people are coming.
And you know what? It actually might be very good for someone who is maybe watching this and is struggling in the workplace, and maybe themselves are having a tough time. Would it be beneficial for them to come along, maybe meet some people and see how it should be, that they don't have to stay there, for example?
Totally. And like, one of the people that are definitely going to be there would be Mary Finn from Connect for Work. Mary helps people who've been out of work, and a shout out to Mary, because she was with us last year as well. So say somebody hasn't been in the workplace through illness, etc. She does a lot of work with people and helping the companies, everyone, to integrate back into the workplace. So you can have a chat with people like that. They're all going to be people that are in this industry. So for sure,
sounds like a very positive event. I'm going to try and be there myself as well.
Great.
So definitely, Galway, the 25th of April, and it's a Friday, so you can make a weekend of it if you're going from Dublin, or if you're traveling like me, I might stay the night. So yeah, definitely. Well done, Dolores, and the best of luck with it. And if anyone's watching here today, and even if you're not interested in it, maybe you could give it a little share and repost for Dolores.
Wouldn't that be phenomenal?
Yeah. Thanks, Dolores. Thanks very much. Well done. Thanks.
Thanks a million, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for the comments, Evelyn. Thank you.
Thanks, Evelyn.
Put the link to buy tickets into the comments on LinkedIn underneath this event. All right. Bye.
Bye.